Hello children, welcome to the EVS class. Today I am going to start chapter 2, that is on the move. Children, can you imagine leaving your friends behind and changing schools every 2 or 3 years because your mother or your father has been posted to a different city? Our topic is related with the question why people move from one place to another place. The topic has many contents like migration, reasons for migration, rural poverty, development projects, way of life, conflict and calamities, effects of displacement. Can you tell me, children, what is a migration? Migration. Thousands of people all over the world leave their homes for various reasons and settle in another city or country. Migration is the movement of people from one place to another with the intentions of settling permanently or temporarily at a new location. The movement is often over long distances and from one place to another place or one country to another country, but internal migration is also possible. Indeed, this is the dominant form globally. Geese flying south for the winter. When summer ends in the Arctic tern flies from its home all the way to the Antarctica and back again after 6 months each year. These are the longest migration known in the animal kingdom. So children, can you tell me what are the reasons for migration? Our next topic is reasons for migration. People migrate due to several reasons. Some people move to find better jobs and make a living in big cities. Poverty in the rural areas leads to migration from villages to nearby cities. Others move for better educational opportunities, for a better climate, or for good health care. Sometimes people also have to migrate because of calamities such as extreme poverty, floods, drought, famine, war, or outbreak of a disease. It could be construction of dams, globalization, natural calamities. Our next topic is rural poverty. Rural poverty is a major reason for migration. A large number of people in India live in villages and are farmers. However, not all of them own land. They are landless farmers. Such farmers work on other people's farms to earn a living. They do all the work on the fields like sowing the seeds, harvesting, and threshing. They are daily wage laborers and get paid by the day. However, they do not earn enough money. When there is no work on the fields, these people travel far away from their villages in search of work. They return to their villages only in time to sow or harvest the crops. Such migration is seasonal as it takes place only during certain seasons. There are many small farmers who own small pieces of land which yields crops sufficient for their family. They usually have to borrow money from money lenders at high interest rate to buy seeds, tools for agriculture, fertilizers and pesticides in case the crop fails either due to less or untimely rainfall or due to poor quality seeds. These farmers cannot repay their loans to the money lenders. In fact, they borrow even more money for the next crop. As this cycle of borrowing money continues, the loan becomes so big that despite their earnings, they cannot fully repay the money lender. Most of these farmers are not aware of their rights and often get cheated by the money lenders. In distress, many small farmers finally sell their land and migrate to cities in search of a better life. Children, there could be one more reason for displacement or migration, that is development projects. So our next topic is development projects. Development projects like the building of dams, highways, bridges and railway tracks also lead to displacement of people from their homes. Government officials relocate the villagers whose land and homes could be destroyed while constructing such structures. Although the villagers are relocated, often they cannot find jobs or cultivate crops on new land which may not be fertile. Fertile means capable of reproducing. Faced with such a situation, they migrate to nearby cities with their families in search of a better life. They feel that in the big cities, their children will go to good schools and get a good education. They will get good jobs, freedom, safety, and enough food to feed their families. In spite of these problems, there could be one more reason for the migration, that is jobs on the move. So our next topic is jobs on the move. Children, have you ever heard about gypsies? Gypsies are the people who have no permanent home. They move from one place to another for trade and new markets. They are also called nomads. The word nomads comes from a Greek word meaning roaming about for pasture. They are called nomads because they move in search of food, water, and places for their animals to eat. How many of you know someone working in the defense forces? Those working in the defense forces, like the army and air force, also need to move to different cities or towns every 2 to 3 years. In such cases, the defense officers are posted to different cities and towns. While moving often might be routine for the officers, it can get very difficult for the family. Children, one more reason for migration or displacement, that is conflict and calamities. So our next topic is conflict and calamities. Children, you already know about the partition of India and Pakistan. In 1947, India was divided into India and Pakistan. The end of British colonial rule in India on August 14-15, 1947 was accompanied by the political partition of the Indian subcontinent into two independent nation states, that is India and Pakistan. This process of partitioning and drawing new political boundaries was marked by catastrophic violence in large parts of North India, particularly the province of Punjab. It is estimated that up to 1 million people were killed during the violence in 1947. 12 million people were displaced in the divided province of Punjab alone, and up to 20 million in the subcontinent as whole. Thus, the India-Pakistan partition resulted is one of largest forced migration of the 20th century. So, our next topic is effects of displacement. Migration effect can be positive and negative. Moving from one place to another can have both positive and negative effects. Some people find better jobs and living conditions when they migrate to a new place. People might also find better housing or educational facilities when they migrate to more development cities. However, sometimes displacement can cause a lot of suffering to the people. Displaced people have to start their life all over again. Sometimes they remain extremely poor and struggle to make ends meet. Migrant laborers are one such example. They mostly work at construction sites for a fixed period, after which they migrate again. They do not have permanent homes and go through many difficulties. They should be given adequate support for their livelihood. I think you all have understand this chapter. If you have any problem, go through the book and read it nicely. I think children, you all have completed your first chapter homework. So in this chapter also I am going to give some question and some difficult words. Learn these difficult words and write down in your rough copy at least 5 times. Migration, opportunities, displacement, nomads, harvesting, relocate. Some more questions are there. Search the answer and write down in your copy. Find out what is Namda Bachao Andolan. And second question is, if you had to move to a city of your liking without your family, what would be the advantages and disadvantages faced by you? What are the 5 crucial things you would be careful about in a new locality? Thank you to all.